Hi folks, my name is Heracles Arixald Logan, and I'm the heir of Logan of Restalrig. So for those who do not know Logan of Restalrig, I invite you to have a look at what the Gowrie incident was. My family line has been bullied since the 17th century. They've been forfeited by all their lands and sentenced to bastardry on the basis of a illegal psyop that was led by James VI. Today I'm in Scotland. I actually grew up in France and I spent 12 years in Australia. And I'm in Scotland in order to sit on the Stone of Destiny. I'm gonna go to Perth tomorrow. I'm gonna break the glass and I'm gonna sit on the stone because the stone has chosen me. I haven't chosen it. I think that UK is, Western world actually. UK, Canada, Commonwealth, Australia, France, Germany, European Union. We're bloody walking on our heads. We need to do something about it. But who's gonna do something about it? Macron was in the UK yesterday to celebrate friendship between UK and France. For 3 days, he was received at the Windsor's Castle. He had a little horse tour. They enjoyed nice canopies. But these people are totally disconnected from realities. They have no decency. Let me tell you a story about when I recently did a road trip on Easter, actually this year. I did a road trip from London to Edinburgh. And I actually stopped in the city of Durham. On the day before, Charles was attending for Monday Festival, which is the ceremony where, Christian ceremony where Jesus actually washed feet of the servants in order to humiliate himself. And so Charles was coming to Durham in order to give away 5 pence coins to public servants. So I'm asking you guys, is that a role? Is that a role of a monarch to give medals to people from public service, where actually public service is only serving itself instead of serving the people? I don't know. Nevertheless, on that day I decided to put my kilt on, which was a kilt. It's the Robert the Bruce kilt, the Spirit of the Bruce kilt, tartan. And I attended the esplanade in front of that cathedral where the king was visiting, and I couldn't enter the cathedral because it was on invitation, so I decided to go and sit in this space in the garden in front of the cathedral. That was surrounded by barriers, and there was a whole security dispositif, obviously, in order to protect the king, who's like absolutely paranoid of having his power stolen from him. And I went sitting in that garden, and I started meditating, in a yogi position. And pretty soon after, 6 cops came around me and asked me to leave the city, and they handed me a fine for indecent behavior because I was praying and meditating in the garden. 48 hours I was not allowed to remain in the city of Durham, and they gave me a map of the city with walls around it, to tell me basically that I wasn't allowed to stay there. I don't know what's the reason for that. Maybe they thought I was trying to lead the Jacobite revolt. Maybe they don't like kilts. I do not know. But that's where we're up to nowadays, guys, in UK. Like your country has been subverted. Same in France. Same in Canada. Same in Australia. Subversion has been carried out behind the lines. The whole political class is totally corrupt. It's probably involving China. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where the subversion comes from, but I think it's time to clear the table, basically. So I invite you to read my books. You will understand a lot about the crown. You will understand how the English crown, since James VI, has actually set up a perverted and satanic cult to control the citizens through magnetism, through vibrations, and through mystic power. It's very likely has been developed by a man called Christopher Wren, who is basically the architect. He was a polymath who actually developed the plans for the St. Paul Cathedral in London, and he pretty much designed all of the reconstruction of London's churches after the Great Fires of London. Great Fires of London, which were very likely voluntary fires in order to establish his plan, although I can't prove it. So, yeah. It's been a weird, very strange year for me. I've discovered who I was. I'm the High of Logan of Restalrig. Logan of Restalrig was the owner of most of Edinburgh. The seventh Logan of Restalrig is said to have been a debauched man and a drunk. Although I believe he knew what was coming towards him, so he pretended to deplete all his money in order to survive, so that people would say, oh, this man is just a piece of shit, and they wouldn't kill him. Eventually, James VI claimed that he actually commanded his kidnapping with the Ruthven clan, and he inhumated his body from the grave in order to put him in trial. It's been pretty much proved that there was no involvement of Logan of Restalrig in the kidnapping of James VI, although James VI could forfeit all his goods, all his lands, and he needed money to rule. So I would call it a big psyop, basically. And I invite you to read my books about the subject. So, first book is called Kubrick and the Deep State. It's available online. Second book is Logan's Apocalypse, How to Catch a Leviathan. And the third book is called The Return of the Templars, because I've got a firm belief that Logan family were a Templar family that fled to Scotland after Philip le Bel decided to burn and get rid of the Templars. And I firmly believe that Templars need to be back. We need to elevate the spirits. We need to create a new class of consciousness whose sole purpose is to do good and to repair society, and who is not interested in material goods, because that's the plague that's killing us all, is that we're all following material gains. And yeah, I think change is coming, guys. So tomorrow I'm gonna sit on the Stone of Destiny, so bear with me. And yeah, look at my work. It will help you understand who I am and where I come from and where I'm going as well. So have fun, guys.